Welcome back to part 2 of our post-lesson tutorial about the printf function in C programming. In this video, we are going to add more printf statements, learn how to use \n and \t, and discuss some important do's and don'ts in C programming. Before we continue, let's have a quick recap. The printf function is used to display output on the screen. It allows the program to show messages, text, numbers, and other information to the user. Whatever is written inside the double quotation marks will appear as output when the program runs. Also remember that every statement in C programming ends with a semicolon. You can think of the semicolon like a period in an English sentence. Semicolon tells the compiler that the instruction is complete. Now, let's review the basic structure of a C program. First, every C program usually starts with a preprocessor directive. In our case, we use #include open and close angle brackets stdio.h. This allows the program to access standard input and output functions such as printf and scanf. Second, every C program must have one main function because it serves as the starting point of the program. Int main, open and close parenthesis, followed by an open curly brace to start the function, and a close curly brace to end the function. Lastly, we have return 0. The return 0 statement means the program ended successfully without errors. Everything we want the program to execute, including the printf statements, should be written inside the main function. Now, let's continue our example from the previous video. This time, we are going to add more statements using the printf function. First, type printf, followed by an open and close parenthesis, open and close double quotation marks, and end the statement with a semicolon. Writing the complete syntax first is a good programming practice because it helps avoid missing symbols later on. Inside the quotation marks, type "I love C programming." Since we made changes to the code, we need to compile and run the program again. You can go to the Execute menu and select Compile and Run, or simply press F11 on the keyboard. After running the program, we can now see the additional output which says, "I love C programming." However, notice that the output appears on the same line. What if we want the next output to appear on a new line? To do that, we use \n, also called the new line character. The \n tells the program to move the next output to the next line after it is encountered. Now, let's add \n before the closing double quotation mark. Then compile and run the program again by pressing F11. As expected, the next output now appears on a new line because of the new line character or \n. Now, what if we add 2 more statements? Using the same procedure, type the printf syntax first, then add the messages first name and last name. Make sure to add the new line character or \n so that each output will appear on a separate line. Once done, compile and run the program again by pressing F11 on the keyboard. After running the program, the outputs are now displayed on separate lines, making the output cleaner and easier to read. Next is the \t or tab space. It works like pressing the tab key on your keyboard. Each \t adds a 8 fixed amount of white spaces. This is very useful when we want to organize our output and make it look neat, especially when displaying labels and values. For example, instead of having messy alignment like this, first name Roni, last name Melina, we can improve the layout using tabs. Let's say we want all the colons and values to line up neatly. We will structure it like this. First name, then add 2 tab spaces, then the colon, then again 2 tab spaces, then the value. This creates a balanced spacing between the label and the output, making everything easier to read and more professional looking. Now let's apply the same format to the remaining item, which is last name. After this, compile and run the program again by pressing F11 to see the improved, cleaner output layout. Before we end this lesson, let's review some important do's and don'ts when using the printf function. Always remember to place your message inside double quotation marks. Always end every statement with a semicolon. Make sure that parentheses, quotation marks, and curly braces are complete and properly paired. Avoid missing symbols because even a small mistake can cause errors during compilation. Lastly, always compile and run your program after making changes to check if your code works correctly. For your Activity 1, create a simple program called MyProfile and work on the myprofileactivity.c source file. Using the printf function, display the following information seen on the screen. Use \n and \t to organize and align your output neatly. And that concludes our Part 2 lesson about the printf function in C programming. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next lesson.